Hey everyone, welcome to I Just Watched. I'm Joseph, and we're jumping into the spoiler discussion for Black Adam. If you haven't seen the movie, this is your official warning. Spoilers ahead. I'm gonna get into it a little bit, but before I do, I gotta hit you with the usual, which is hopefully you like this enough to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell to get notified. Let's discuss the spoilers, the awesomeness, the craziness that is Black Adam. Alright everyone, so if you checked out the initial video, the spoiler-free one, I was on bounds. I said this movie was really good, just it wasn't great. However, after a second viewing, I have to say I think it is a great movie. I actually love it even more. I was loving it and enjoying it more on the second time around, possibly because I was catching deeper cuts to small nods and references to world building, even more comic accurate things that they brought to life that I really enjoy. However, it being to me a great movie does have its flaws. Like I said, some CG stuff throughout the movie that aren't super clean. The thin Rock before he becomes Black Adam or 10th Adam, that head CG, that was really bad. I think that was the worst CG for the movie, and it really, you don't see it till the end, towards the end, excuse me. That was like the worst part. The Western theme shootout was like, it was funny and it was neat, and I was okay with that one, but there was a few moments like, oh shit, action sequence, drop a track. My biggest issue for that was the slow motion when he first comes back to life and you see him murking people. For the most part, the idea was cool. I'm not against seeing that. I didn't like the fact that they just blasted the song. It's a good song, but they just blasted the song. But then more so, I think what took me out of it is during the situation, he's moving so fast that he's reacting to everything before it happens. He's moving grenades over and he's adjusting rockets and hitting people with lightning, and basically when he lands, everything happens and everyone dies, blah blah blah. That usual. I just didn't like it because it felt off because he was moving so fast to do this. However, other regular soldiers or militia were still, they didn't have like super slow motion. They were still kind of moving. I'm still missing the accent, don't get me wrong. If he would have had the accent, this movie, like, he is Black Adam. That's the only thing that's missing, is him having the accent, because at the end when he redeems himself, he has the pitch black suit, because I've been bitching about it from the jump. I wanted his suit to be black and not that weird gray, and I wanted the gold trimming, and I even said it, maybe we'll get it at the end, and we did. We got the beautiful black suit, bigger bolt, what we've been missing also in Shazam, the bigger bolt. It's beautiful gold, the gold trimming, the boots, everything, it looked great. We even got a cape. The cape, to me, I was like, that's a little much, but you know what, I love it. Everything else looks perfect. Only thing missing for him to be Black Adam through and through is the accent. I wouldn't be upset about the ears, you know what I'm saying? The little pointy ears would be dope, but the accent would have been just the cherry on top of this overall great movie. There's a lot of little accuracies throughout the movie, like small things that I noticed on the second viewing. I thought I saw in the first one, but the second viewing confirmed it. When Cyclone shows up to Hogman's estate and she, you know, she's like, I'm Cyclone, and you see on the computer it says Red Tornado. She's also a legacy character in the comic, and it is T.O. Morrow who kidnaps her, puts the nanotech inside of her. If I remember correctly, he's the creator of the second Red Tornado. I can't remember exactly if it was Cyclone's mom or grandmother before her who was Red Tornado, and so she's also a legacy character. It's just like Adam Smasher is in this one, because you see the original, his uncle. Little things like that were really good. They spinned it where instead of Black Adam killing to keep all the power, his son gave it to him to save his life, and he became the bad guy initially because he destroyed basically all of Kondak in a fit of rage. At least they tried to show us that at one point he was the bad guy, and now that he's back, he goes through redeeming himself. Like in the beginning you see like the silhouettes of the demons kind of, but then later on you actually see the demons that give their power to create Subaka, and I thought that was great. And the fact that, of course in Shazam we see the sins in their full form, and I thought that's great. And the fact that here we actually get to see the demons in their realm. Subaka's design looked great. His CG for the most part to me was okay. I would have really preferred body double for The Rock or something, or someone just as big as him or bigger, just huge dude in red body paint, prosthetics and practical effects, plus the CG versus just the giant CG thing, I think would have looked better, but he still looked really good. His design, there was moments when, you know, the CG was like, okay, that's clearly visual effects, but outside of that, that final fight scene with him versus Dr. Fate is amazing. Even though they nerfed Dr. Fate, they still showed us just how powerful he could be, so to speak, because they technically nerfed him, but he still was going to work on everything and everyone. Like, he was still doing great shit. He was still the glue of this movie. And his fight scene visually with Subaka, crazy, the way they would go into the helmet and out of it. That's why I was like, we need a Dr. Fate movie, because I think you could introduce so much with it, but I don't want to go into that right now. I have ideas. And then the way they defeat Subaka was fucking crazy. I did not expect Black Adam to literally grab him by the horns, in rage of power, just rip this dude in half. I was like, oh shit, that was wild. It was cool to find out that, you see, Hawkman was able, through such a long time of being friends with Kent and then obviously interacting with Naboo, that he was able to do one small trick in order to help them basically distract Subaka long enough for Black Adam to rip boy in half. The iconic pose of Black Adam, that right there shows me that they actually did listen, or do they do care enough to make sure certain things we get to see. You see him take the chair and sit down, throw his hand up, he adjusts his foot. That small little thing was great. I actually like the fact that it ends with him not ruling but deciding to become the protector of Kahndaq. I actually like that. And of course, we gotta jump to the Superman is back, baby. Henry Cavill is back as Superman. That end credit scene was great. And honestly, I don't think it's gonna lead to a fight right off the bat, because Superman's not gonna just show up to fight. That's not how Superman rolls. His suit, by the way, looks beautiful. It's bright, it's blue, the red. He got the curl. We should talk. The smirk on Black Adam's face. I really think the next time we see both of them, it's gonna be at the very end of Shazam 2 or in a post of Shazam 2, because basically Superman knows Shazam, because at the end of Shazam, Superman's there. If they're having a conversation, he's gonna talk about another champion who says Shazam or is called Shazam. I think it's gonna pique Black Adam's curiosity. He's gonna take off to find him. Superman's gonna follow, and then we see them just land, and it's the end. You just see them land, dust goes up, you're like, oh shit, they're about to blow. It's about to fight. It's gonna be crazy. And it ends teasing future stuff. Them three on screen fighting. Boy, I feel bad because Shazam, Captain Marvel, and Superman are gonna be taking L's in the beginning, right there. In that fight, it's gonna be bad. Once they both realize that, okay, we need to focus, and then Superman's like, all right, I'm gonna have to like let loose a little bit. Adam Smasher killed it. I love the fact that they gave him the white eyes, and when he talks, you see the mask move. Noah Centineo, he was great as like the young rookie, just trying to be the best hero he can, and he had made small mistakes that turned out to be hilarious. Like when he moves his hand to not hit Black Adam, he's like, yo, watch out, I almost hit you, and then knocks the shit out of Hawkman. And the fact that you get multiple times with Hawkman just looking at him like, me and you later, and you just get the yes sir. Aldous Hodge killed it as well. He was great. I'm excited to see more of him in the future. Quintessa Swindell, oh my god, first things first, she beautiful, son. Second, she was fantastic as Cyclone. I want to see more. Like all of them did such a great job as the heroes they were portraying, as these characters they brought to life. I'm sad that Kent is dead, because the helmet just returns to Tower of Fate, if I remember correctly. I think in his movie it would be an origin story, because they gotta get a new vessel. Everyone killed it. I want to see more of them. Visually, some beautiful shots, and just thinking about it and everything, and all the little things that I see them trying to bring to life or trying to set up. The fact that they're doing this and they're bringing this to life, and they're not afraid to jump into lore, is what makes me happy. One of the reasons I love Aquaman, because they are not afraid to be accurate and bring crazy shit to life that takes place in these comics. I can keep going on and on. Definitely a few things I missed. I want to hear some of your favorite moments of this movie. Are you excited for future DC things? What do you think, or when do you think we see Black Adam again, Superman again? So I'd love to know who was your favorite character. Overall, I gotta say, it was a great movie. I would love to see more, and it makes me excited for what's to come. I want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. I'm definitely gonna have to make a discussion on why I think Dr. Fate should get his own movie and where that can go, so stay tuned. But until next time, stay safe, be well, adios.